So what I have here is the Honda Forza 300cc Maxi Scooter. I just bought this scooter despite the fact it's only got about 2,000 miles on it. Because I don't know the previous history of the scooter, I am just gonna go ahead and do a fluid exchange, at least for the oil, because the essential 600-mile oil change, I do not know if the previous seller did it or not. So the oil I'm going to be using is conventional oil. This is from AutoZone, STP SAE 10W40. I think the manual calls for 10W30, but here in Florida, I think most dealers prefer 10W40. When you buy the oil, you need to make sure it is not resource conserving, okay? That oil, I don't believe it is good for either the scooter or the motorcycle. So when I buy the oil, I always make sure it's just not resource conserving, which means it doesn't add any kind of friction, not friction modifier, but things that they use for improving gas mileage. Just use traditional ones and you should be okay. You can see I have a 5-quart over here because I'm also going to be using this to change the oil in my Honda CTX700, which is a motorcycle. So it's going to be using the same oil, and I need a total of 6 quarts, but for the 300 we just need less than 2 quarts of the oil. What I'm showing you here is the left side of the scooter. Okay, left side. The filter is right here. All you have to do, use a wrench, take it off. This looks like the seller put on a K&N filter on there, so they probably did the oil change at 600 miles, which is probably good, but I don't know when they did it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. The filter I have is a frame ultra synthetic. This is the filter I'm using. Okay, so again, oil filter is on the left side. The bolt is directly under. Okay, it's this little bolt, 12 millimeter. So you need a wrench with a 12 millimeter socket, right? And your ratchet. Okay, so basically all you have to do, put the ratchet on there, remove the bolt, and the oil should come out. Of course, have your drain pan ready right there. Okay, let's see if it's actually directly aligned. No, it's not. So I'm gonna move it a little bit just to make sure that the drain pan can catch where the oil is coming from. Okay, right there. All right, so it's on the center stand, so it's a little bit tricky, but I think we should be okay without any kind of things over there. All right, so right there. And on the other side, you have the oil filling hole right here, okay? By the way, warm up your scooter. So my scooter is warmed up, so right now it's not super hot, but it's still pretty hot, so the oil could all come out. Checking really quick, it does have oil in here. I don't know, the color seems okay, but regardless, we're gonna put new oil in here. Okay, all right, so let's just go ahead and start unscrewing. Okay, let's see if we can put the phone here. Right there. Oh. All right, I'm gonna put my phone down and try to turn it really quick. All right, not so tight. So we should be able to actually just have things come out really quickly. Let's see, where's it? I'll probably have the screw. Okay, let me go grab a glove. All right, so I have the bolts loosened halfway. I got my gloves. I'm actually just gonna try to catch the bolt when it's out. The oil is pretty hot actually. Here we go. All right, so it's pretty bad, the oil. Okay, all right, so looks pretty dark. Long overdue probably, so it hasn't been changed probably for a few years while the bike was just sitting. despite the low mileage, I can smell the intense smell of the used engine oil. Okay, so it's about time to get a new oil job. Once it finishes flowing, we're gonna just simply remove the key end, and this one has a little hex wrench thing socket, so which makes removing it easy. I just need to find the right size. Once it finishes flowing over there, we're gonna loosen this as well. Okay. So the K&N filter, which was installed here, uses a 17 millimeter metric socket. Okay, 17 millimeter. Okay, all you have to do, of course, just turn it counterclockwise until it's loosened, and you should be able to take it out. Again, I'm going to do it with 2 hands and show you guys once it is off. So this filter has the highest chance of spilling, so again, I'm just gonna make sure it falls down nicely, like so. Okay, pretty dirty oil for some reason. Okay, and with everything drained, we should be able to start putting the new filter and close the bolt at the bottom and putting the new oil. Okay. Just cleaning it best you can. Okay. All right, so I'll be back after it's fully drained. So I'm gonna close the bolt right here. Go under, find the hole, and close it. Right there. The washer seems to be in good working condition. Aluminum one, so I'm gonna reuse it. Torque it to 18 Newton meters. Once you're done with a torque wrench to do it properly. Okay, I'm going to clean the underside just a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to close the bolt at the bottom, reverse it. Find the bolt and just torque. Okay, that should be good. All right, again, come back and torque to spec. Oil filter. What I'm going to do is just coat the top, the seals, with a little bit of the oil. Okay, just a little bit. And that's pretty much all you need. Ideally, you can fill the oil in here. We can try to fill about half of the oil in here, but it's kind of hard because when you put it in this way, the oil is all going to come out. So I'm thinking I should just put a little bit so it doesn't burp once we finish with adding oil from the other side. Okay. And again, you'll want this to be as less slippery as possible, because you might need to use some sort of wrench to tighten it. And I'm going to try to use my hand, but a proper wrench would be nice. All right, so the filter is for now wet, and we should be able to just put it back. Let's clean one more time. Okay, everything's nice and clean. And I'm just gonna align and try to turn. This is what I do to tighten it. And I think that's plenty tight. Okay, again, if you have a torque wrench and the proper tools, do it properly. Otherwise, tighten it the best you can. We are ready to fill the oil on the other side, so let's just go there. I'm gonna fill this entire bottle in there, and then it needs 1.5 quarts, I think. So let's give it a try. This is about 1 quart, okay. What I can do is pour about around 500 milliliters into this small bottle, and then I can measure it and then pour that 500 milliliter from the small bottle back in here, and it should be close to the ideal level. Okay, so let me go. Now I gotta get the oil from the big bottle and use the tool that I just used over there. Okay, grab this. I'm gonna pour about 500 milliliters. So let's see. So that's 500, a little bit more, because I poured some to flush the oil, so I used a little more, so I'm going to pour some over here. And we can see the level right now, still plenty for my Honda CTX. So I'm going to just keep this in my house, and we're going to pour the remaining needed quantity back into the scooter. Then we are all done with the oil change, and it's as simple as that. Super easy job. Okay, all right, so there's 500. I'm gonna go ahead and just pour. And we'll check the level when we still have a little bit left. Okay. Have just a little bit left, maybe 100 milliliters. I am going to have the bike rest and check the level with the level gauge, and then we'll come back and add as necessary. For now, the job is all done. Make sure you recycle this old grimy oil at proper places. I usually take them to AutoZone to have them recycled, but yeah, just don't dump it into the ground. Make sure you recycle used oil properly. All right, so I just finished recycling the old oil. And it really helps if you have a funnel for either recycling the old oil or pouring the proper amount of oil in here through the oil filling cap. And I need to go ride the bike for a little bit and come back and check on the level of the oil tomorrow. And if it's if it's low, if it's on the low side, I'll just add a little bit more. And if it's over, well, you might have to drain a little bit by opening the bolt, or find some other way to get the extra oil out, maybe using a syringe to siphon some of the oil out. That could be an alternative way if you overfilled the bike. And that's how easy it is. So it's pretty much just one bolt at the bottom, okay, right there, and filling right here, and changing your filter on the other side right here. Okay, the torque for both the filter and the bolt is 18 newton meters, so make sure if you have a torque wrench, torque them properly. Okay, otherwise that's it. New oils in, old nasty oil out. That's how easy it is to change oil on the Honda Forza 300. And I think this also applies to the newest version of the Forza 350 for that matter. So procedure is all very similar. All you need is a 12mm screw, screwdriver socket wrench, and new filters, new oil. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, please do hit the like button or subscribe to my channel. I will definitely have more Forza related maintenance and review videos coming out. Okay, so thanks again. See you in the next video. Take care.